Guys, we're about to jump into game number 1. Let's go for it. There we go. And welcome everyone, then, to the first match of the day. Let me actually update this. This is group stage day 2. And we are going to remove all this. Remove all of this as well. And we should be good to go. Perfect. Colors are fine. ACCM's playing with the red color on the left-hand side, and JorDan's playing the blue color in the right-hand side. So, for these civilizations, JorDan with Sicilians, he's going to start with 100 extra stone. On top of that, we also get... Let's see. Yeah, on top of that, we're also going to have... Let's see. For Sicilians, 100% faster building TCs and castles, starting on the castle age, as well as 100% extra food on farms. You know, per each farm upgrade as opposed to your standard amount. Then on top of that, nice. On top of that, we also get for Sicilians 50% less bonus damage that land units take from other units. While for the team bonus, on the other hand, Sicilians will get a transport ship bonus, which is not relevant on this map anyway. For ACCM, meanwhile, with Berbers, he gets 15 and 20% cheaper cavalry cavalry units or stable units in the castle and Imperial Age, as well as 10% faster moving villagers. For the team bonus, we'll also get access to Genitors, which are mounted skirmishers. Let's go and take a look at the map generation for each player. It seems quite clear nobody's going to try to lame anything, although just as I say that, ACCM might end up getting a, you know, some resources stolen. JorDan's coming forward, but we'll see, we'll see. Yeah, ACCM's doing a really good job of taking the elephant right away, the forward one, so then the only one left is going to be the one on the back, which is going to be so much harder to lame. And it seems like JorDan's just going back, he's just going to be getting some scouting information. Okay, so anyway, if we go and take a look at the map generation, it's going to be once again 4 woodlands for each player. Did this map get updated? Because I remember it used to be like this type of map generation was a lot more rare. In any case, JorDan's got the main goal forward, and then he's got the secondary goals on the left-hand side. We have the main stone on the right-hand side, and then we have the secondary stones up northwest. He's got the berries in the back, which is pretty good, and then he should be able to wall this fairly easily. Just connect the dots like this, and then he completely closes himself up. The only issue with this wall is that he wouldn't really be securing any woodline, just some of these resources, the gold, namely, you know, the stone, namely over here, and then the berries, which is still pretty good. But if he's not gonna be securing any woods, then he can also go for a much more straightforward wall, maybe something like this. You know, like this, and this instead, which is going to be cheaper. Or potentially even something like this. You know, from here to here, and just make a little nest. The only issue with this is that he does not secure the goal, so we'll see what he goes for in the end. ACCM, on the other hand, he's already started to go for walls. We can see that his map generation is not going to be quite as good. He's got the main goal on the back, but then he's got the secondary one on the left-hand side, the other secondary one on the right-hand side, as well as the main stone forward and the secondary stone on the left-hand side. He's got 4 woodlands over here to work with as well, and he's already connected both on the left-hand side. So it seems to me like he's just going to go for walls either from here to here and here towards the TC, or straight from here to here. Either one would be alright, given that he's got 2 woodlands over here to work with already. That's going to be better for this mini wall than it would be for JorDan if he wanted to go for something similar. There you are. Why will I add the stone like that? Yeah, he could have connected both these woodlands and walled this in. I didn't talk about that because he's already gone for the walls here, but yeah, that is true. I would have preferred for him to connect both these. And just connect all 4 of these, actually. That would have been much better for the stone. Anyway, give me 1 second. Microphone's giving issues right now. Alright. I need to learn some tricks from you. It works slowly when I use PP-Ink. It works slowly. If you go to settings and you go to the stroke tab, you can disable smooth stroke, which can, you know, slow down the program quite a bit. I don't use that. I don't like it. So you can try that. It's going to be better. It usually slows down when you do like very long strokes, because it tries to recalculate all the entire stroke, and it can get quite slow. Yeah. You will probably notice that sometimes it jitters a little bit if you draw stuff that's very long. Even if it's not that very long, you're going to see some jitter. If that's the case, then you need to disable smooth stroke. Alright, Fuel H will be here. We're going up for ACCM on 20 population. JorDan's going up on 20 as well. Ball players should be able to, yeah, go for scouts right away. No one's going for gold, so it's just going to be a mirror bell for ball players. Did ACCM scout JorDan yet? I'm confident he did, yeah, because he's got the scout back. At this time in the game, if he hadn't scouted him, he would still be out in the open. JorDan, on the other hand, well, he knows about ACCM now, so both players are aware of each other's. Yeah. There we go. He doesn't know about the scouts, but given the uptime, he's probably expecting scouts. The thing is, he's already going for walls. If he gets away with getting the walls up over here before JorDan gets the scouts in, then, you know, it's going to be wasted resources if JorDan goes for too many scouts. And JorDan's going for one right now. He's got one spearman and he's going for another one. The hell are these walls? Good job over here from ACCM. Come on, JorDan should know about the walls coming up. He should know. He's completely wall on the left-hand side. And he's going for another scout! Okay? Yeah, it's walled! It's walled and JorDan's trapped. He needs to cancel the scout right away. It's completely walled. It's going to be wasted resources, but he's going for it still. Yeah, and he's got 3 scouts right now. He won't be able to utilize. Very well played over here from ACCM. Now he's got 3 scouts himself, but honestly, he should be going forward with, in my opinion. Because right now, JorDan's really buying himself a lot of time, and you see that he's gonna be able to wall himself up because of that. Let's see, JorDan will do the smart thing and go for walls from here to here. Hey, Botkin Arrow, how are you doing? Hi. Welcome. Hope everything's going alright. There you go. All good? Hope it's the same for you? I'm good, thank you. Doing alright. Hey, Horseman! Welcome back as well. I hope you have been researched a lot lately. What do you mean? Anyway, the scouts are here from ACCM finally, but as expected, JorDan should be already walled up, so it's not like ACCM will be able to do too much over here. I think he needed to go forward, as opposed to stay so long chasing the one scout from JorDan over there. Oh! Oh god. Yeah, how did I miss it? Thank you. Well, there, yeah, you had to include tag over there for me to catch it. Okay, blacksmith on the way right now for JorDan as well. He does not have an archer range to go for, you know, archers or skirmishers, so quite clearly it's just going to be for knights. So he can go for scale, bar than armor right now, and, you know, eventually for... Okay, that was very close. He almost gets a villager. He can eventually go for knights. For the time being, it's just going to be a race to the castle. ACCM and JorDan are both going for wheelbarrow at about the same time. We have a good amount of farmers for ACCM. He's at 19 right now, which is higher than usual. And JorDan, on the other hand, is on 16 over here. Remember as well, the farm bonus for Sicilians as well can be super good with so much food per farm. Too early for these jokes. There you go, blacksmith on the way for ACCM right now. No archer ranges either. Both players will just go full on cavalry. The thing is over here, it's going to be much cheaper for ACCM. Sure, going for camels wouldn't really be the play against Sicilians. But he can 100% go for knights, match Sicilian in punching power, but for much cheaper. What do you go in Castle Age Heroes, Berbers, Camels or Knights? Knights, you gotta go for Knights. Camels are not going to do anything against Knights from Sicilians. Bonus damage Camels get against Knights or Cavalry units in general is not going to be big enough to really justify going for them unless you have like a big amount. If you go for Knights, because it's cheaper, you're gonna be able to produce more. And that's going to give you better chances, because if you take a better trade, if you take a good trade against Sicilians with Knights, you're going to have much stronger units left over. If you take a favorable trade with Camels, that's not really going to do anything for you. It's just going to allow you to defend further. There you go. Bloodlines. Well, that's my opinion anyway. If you have, you know, enough Camels to take a good engagement, and then you add some Knights into the mix, yeah, I don't think I would like that. You mix? Would you go for Camels first, or would you add Camels later? I think I like Knights straight away. Well, we'll see. We'll see what ACCM goes for, and we'll see if it works out. He's got Bloodlines already, which is pretty good. He does not have Scale Barded Armor just yet. He's going for Forging instead. He's going for Forging! Interesting. No defense, straight attack. Meanwhile, JorDan on the other hand has got Bloodlines coming up. He already has Forging. Is this from ACCM so that he catches up to the upgrades JorDan's got? Does he realize that the scout over here already has Forging? Interesting. 6 Camels first, then Knights? Alright. There we go. Castle H is here for ACCM. How many stables do we have? He's got 2. This time around, he's going to be going for straight Knights. JorDan, on the other hand, is going to be going for straight Knights as well. There we go. Heavy Plow, Bolso as well for JorDan. ACCM is only going for Bolso. And no Scaled Barded Armor for anybody just yet. Now we see some Camels into the mix from ACCM, alright. I'm very curious to see how this is going to work. Monastery on the way as well for ACCM. He's going for all the right things. We see JorDan getting the second DC up super fast, of course, because of Sicilians. And yeah, the Monastery is already up over here as well. So both players going for basically the same, except the ACCM's adding a few Camels into the mix. So yeah, so far, military count's going to be a 5 for ACCM for Cavalry. Make that 6 for ACCM for Cavalry. We have 4 right now for JorDan, but very soon he'll get the 5th and 6th Knight. There we go. At 3 minutes of idle time, and we might as well be watching 2 1300 Elo players, right? Okay, the conversion's coming up, but he's not getting it. I'm not really sure if he's gonna be. I think he'll get it. He got it! Of course! That was kind of bad or risky from ACCM to turn around and try to take the engagement when the Monk was so close. Now we see the second DC coming in for ACCM over here. Wow, this is looking pretty good for JorDan. He's managed to get already 3 extra villagers. He's got the third DC up, so he'll be able to get a hidden villager count if he just can't keep on producing from all the DCs. And let's take a look at this over here. We're gonna have 8 Knights versus... Actually, 8 Cavalry for ACCM versus 10 Knights over here from JorDan. JorDan's going to dominate, so ACCM needs to bail. Conversion coming up. He manages to get it. Yes. Yeah, but it's not enough. Camels are getting cleaned up over here just with numbers. Take a look at the camel here. You see, he's got 9 bonus damage against Cavalry. That's going to be reduced to 4.5. Which means that it's going to be, what, 7? Plus 4.5, that's 11.5. You know, it's the same HP and barely more damage than a Knight. A Knight's on 11. It's a little bit cheaper though, for him. Because in eco numbers, it's probably worth it. Yeah, I see how that makes sense. Had to take a look at the actual numbers here. Interesting. There we go. The 30C is already up for ACCM and both players are going for triple TC production. Well, so far villager count has been higher for JorDan in the last few minutes. And 12 to 11 military count for JorDan and ACCM respectively. It's looking pretty good. There you are, really good job from ACCM, resetting the HP of his units. He's got 8 camels over here, 9 camels to work with. Meanwhile, JorDan's going for the 4 TC. He's gonna be thinking of First Crusade already. Nice. And yeah, how many knights do we have over here for JorDan? JorDan's got 10 knights. 10 knights versus 9 camels. The 10th camel's coming out. Overall, pretty good position for JorDan, in my opinion. He's going for Sanctity as well, to try and improve the monks a little bit. And he'll be collecting relics as well. He sent the monk over to the left. He's got 1 relic so far. ACCM's been able to collect 1 relic himself. JorDan's trying to go for this one as well, so that's going to be 3 relics for him. Good job. And then there's only 1 relic left over here for ACCM to collect, and he knows about it, so he should be going for it very soon. Outpost coming out for ACCM. Alright. Multiple outposts actually. He's getting a lot of vision around. He'll keep on going for more for sure. He's collecting stone with 6 villagers, so getting all these outposts is not going to be particularly taxing on his economy, and he'll have very soon enough resources to drop a castle. Getting these outposts up gives him better vision of where to potentially place a castle. We know that JorDan's got both his secondary goals on the left-hand side, right? So going for a castle around here, close to the hill, will allow him to deny this goal, to deny this goal as well. Let's take a look at the engagement over here. Once again, what do we get in terms of numbers? Removing the monks, it's going to be 60 knights versus 14 camels. But with 3 monks over here, more monks compared to what JorDan's got, compared to what ACCM's got, sorry, JorDan should have the upper hand, so that's why ACCM's bailing. Well, he managed to convert the knight, but then JorDan converted back. Now ACCM's trying to go for another one, and he lost a monk without a conversion whatsoever. That's going to leave JorDan 2 monks full faith still to convert 2 units, while ACCM's just kept on going for camels. But is this enough, man? 19 versus 19 on paper, it should barely suffice. Barely suffice, guys. It's 0.5 extra damage for these camels, if I'm not mistaken. See the castle coming up defensively over here. I'm pretty sure he would have loved to have taken a better trade over there, go forward and try to deny both those golds with the castle instead, but it is what it is. So a few conversions coming up over here. With the castle coming up, he's going to have a reinforcement to take the engagement, so JorDan will take the fight over here, but as soon as the castle comes up, he's going to bail, I'm pretty sure. ACCM's just trying to be careful over there, and there we go. So, now we have 19 camels versus 60 knights. That's going to be 17 camels, 4 knights versus 15 knights. JorDan bails. Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to do too much over here. He's got only 1 monk full fade, the rest are recovering. And ACCM is able to push him away, for the time being anyway. It's pretty good. As JorDan adds a few pikemen into the mix, we see extra pikemen coming out. He's got 3 barracks to work with right now. That's going to be so much better against ACCM over here. Take a look at the pikemen, and you can see he's got bonus damage against camels. So these guys are not going to do quite as well. Now, against pikemen, the camels will simply not work. If he had this amount of knights instead, well, maybe he would be able to take the pikemen down, but then he would be left in less numbers, so he would have to bail anyway. But with camels, it's just not going to be a thing, though. Camel archers coming out, true, yeah. It's got the castle already up. It's got 3 camel archers. It's going for a few more. Bodkin arrow coming up right now, so he is being researched so far. And that should be enough for, yeah, for him to take care of the pikemen for sure. Got a new mouse today. Gonna see if I can remember that I put my select all TC's hotkey on the extra buttons. Nice. Because of the vertical mouse that I use, I only have 2 extra buttons. So I'm not really sure what what I'm gonna be using these for. So far, I've just had the default hotkeys for the go to the TC and one idle villager, but yeah, it's actually a good idea changing the select all TCs to it. Yeah, you know, you could do up down and then just select all TCs and produce villagers right away. Another castle on the way for ACCM. He's playing full defense over here while JorDan's gonna go for an offensive castle. Both players are going up to the Imperial Age, but JorDan's got a nice head start, so he's gonna be the first one to go for Trebs. Meanwhile, ACCM still is completely unable to engage over here. How many Camel Archers? We have 8 Camel Archers over here. Yeah, if he can take the Pikemen, that's gonna be so good, but so far, he's struggling because he does not have ballistics. He's taking the monks down, that's pretty good, but he ends up losing 2 camels. Only 1 camel, okay, that's not too bad. Man, he's committing quite heavily to go after the monks, but he's not taking too much damage, fortunately. And there we go, Chain Bar and Armor's coming in for JorDan right now. So, on paper, ACCM should be in a better spot once he gets to the Imperial Age, because JorDan will not have enough castles to produce as many Trebs as ACCM will be able to go for, but of course, red player needs to get a little bit more wood right now. However, we see the 50C coming in for JorDan over here, and he's got the castle already, so we're gonna see First Crusade coming in very shortly. That might be the extra oomph that JorDan needs to get the push going, finally past ACCM's defenses. I think JorDan thinks it's gonna be up way earlier than ACCM. Yeah. Okay, Castle's coming up right now for ACCM. And JorDan's going for plate, bard, and armor already. Which is gonna be so good. We only have chain, bard, and armor coming in for ACCM. That's not enough, guys. It's only 0.5 extra damage for the camels against these knights. And then the pikemen plus the extra melee armor over here is going to make this army from JorDan so much stronger. And ACCM's gonna have to bail. So yeah, taking a look at the castle battle, we see the first trebuchet already out for JorDan. And then ACCM's going for 1 trebuchet only, despite being on 2 castles. It's gonna be a struggle for him, for sure. He's going for heavy camel, chemistry. Should have been going for the trebuchet since much earlier, in my opinion. And JorDan's looking good, guys. So Celian's really strong. Halberg's in right now. Oh man, that's going to be so much better for him as well. Yeah, +4, +6. Good job. This is pretty good. These knights are not going to care about camels whatsoever. I don't think they're going to get even against heavy camel riders. Let's see, for heavy camel riders, we're going to have 7 base attack, and against cavalry, 18 bonus damage, so that's 9, right? That's going to make it like 16 attack. Plus whatever upgrades he goes for. I guess that's good, but HP is not going to be anywhere near as good as Cavalier with Bloodlines. So yeah, I'm still liking JorDan's army composition over here better. It's just the Camel Archers can be an issue. So far, ACCM's been trying to mass these up, but he's not been able to get enough numbers, I think. There we are. 2 trebuchets already for ACCM. Man, with 2 castles, I feel like he should be significantly farther ahead in trebuchet count. He's coming in once again. He's gonna. I don't like this from ACCM at all. He's going underneath the castle and he's gonna try to force an engagement against monks. We'll see the camels being converted over here. Really good job from JorDan as well, trying to target the the camels on the back. So he pulls attention from from the camel archers and then these camels as well. You can see that it was much better for JorDan, in my opinion. We had 29 Cavalier for JorDan. Meanwhile, we had 25 heavy camels over here for ACCM. Not quite as strong. Yeah. When's a good time to go for First Crusade? As soon as you can afford it. As soon as it doesn't have a negative impact on your economy. Yeah, you see JorDan's got already all the villagers that he needs, right? So going for First Crusade right now would be pretty good, especially if he's pop capped. Going for First Crusade is going to boost your eco count without you know, eaten into your population. Amazing how JorDan's been able to keep this one up for so long. There we go. Yeah, that is not the best engagement for the Bull player. I'm not really sure why he keeps on going for these. Goes forward and goes back, takes a lot of free damage. Now it's going to be the same for ACCM as well. Bull players are trying to bait the engagement closer to their castles. Good amount of Cavalier over here. Yeah, the Camels don't stand a chance, man. The Camels don't stand a chance! They're getting completely cleaned up! Barcano's here for ACCM, and JorDan's going right after it because he noticed. He's sending the Cavalier in. I think he tried to, but he misclicked. Now he's going for it once again. Wow. A lot of extra Cavalier coming in over here for JorDan. Still not considering First Crusade. Doesn't have the resources for it just yet. Yeah, it seems like probably ACCM is going to end up losing his castle a little bit sooner. He's got a lot of idle economy right now, and not quite as many villagers as JorDan. So JorDan's position right now is so much better. Basically, Pop Cap locked at 200 population. Meanwhile, we see the trebuchets going down to the Cavalier, and this is the engagement JorDan wanted to take. Finally paying off without trebuchets. ACCM cannot protect the castle anymore. Villagers are going down, trying to repair this one. First castle crumbles. We have 4 trebuchets for JorDan already. He'll be going after this one. Without castles, then ACCM cannot go for camel archers anymore. Without camel archers, pikes and Cavalier will reign supreme. So you see JorDan moving forward. And I think this is the end of the game. 149 population for ACCM, 194 for JorDan. Basically locked at 200 pop once again. He's got 46 units in the queue. And this is not even taking into account the possibility for First Crusade, which will give him a boost. You know, 35 extra units, even if he is pop capped, so. There you go. Yeah. Good job. Good job, good job. Well played. Just going to take this one. He was going for First Crusade, I hadn't noticed. Did he finish researching it? Or I think it was probably on the way, right? Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for game number 1. We have 1-0 in favor of JorDan. Let's go through the achievements before hopping back out and crossing the civilizations out. What do we get over here then? For military, we get a 21 to 20 KD ratio for JorDan, which is very close. It's very close. And it shouldn't be quite as good for him because remember ACCM paid a lot less resources for his units. It's just that if we go and take a look at the economy, it was much better for JorDan. So even though the army was cheaper for ACCM, JorDan was unaffected by it because of his stronger economy. For technology, we also get faster uptimes to the feudal and imperial ages for JorDan. ACCM managed to go up faster to the castle age. 154 to 146 villagers max for JorDan and ACCM. Throughout the game, you can see JorDan lost 12 villagers and then 25 villagers down over here for ACCM. As for APM on the other hand, well, you can see the graphic over here. General APM was very competitive for both players with some peaks for each player at different stages of the game. So let's go back and let's cross the civilizations out over here in the draft. What do we get? Well, ACCM just lost with Berbers. JorDan's just taking this one with Sicilians. Good stuff. All right. There we go. Perfect. And we just need to wait for game number 2. It seems like there were some issues with the game. Game number 1, so they had to restart. I haven't noticed actually. So we're just going to wait. Your sub ran out, Arbase. Oh yeah. Yeah, true. Okay. Gonna have to do something about that later. Let me check if game number 2 is here already or not. All right, search for Mr. JorDan. Lobby's here anyway. Yeah, JorDan, Cruzini, and ACCM. So very soon the game is going to begin. So for the second one, we have 5 civilizations left for each player, right? We have Britons, Huns, Franks, as well as Mongols and Byzantines. JorDan, on the other hand, has got Khmer Tatars. It's got Vietnamese, Indians, and Celts, which is pretty good. Christina has just posted lobby. Yeah, I see the lobby. They have not started just yet. Actually, they have just started. Never mind. We're still probably going to have some spec delay though, so it's fine. Oh, check the civilizations. We have Britons versus Vietnamese here. Wow. Guys, let's start the predictions. I'm just going to give you 5 minutes to get these going. Who wins? Oh, choose outcome for game number 3 from yesterday between Slam and Leary. I completely forgot to close the bet things. So yesterday it was... Okay, there we go. Now let's open the predictions for the second game over here. Start prediction. Who wins game number 2? We have for options Mr. JorDan and ACCM. Alright, we are just going to give this 5 minutes and go nuts. Very interesting Khmer first pick. Completely agree. We have very interesting picks overall for ACCM. Vietnamese? I'm not sure if I like this the best. I probably would have preferred for him to go for Ethiopians, for instance. But hey, Vietnamese is not going to be too bad, I guess. You know, with 6 bans per draft plus 12 civilizations, that's going to be 18. That means there is 20 civilizations we have not been seeing too much of. We're probably not going to see much of during this tournament, so all of these civilizations are going to be pretty decent, I guess. Which seems how we haven't seen just yet. We haven't seen Koreans. We haven't seen Turks. We have not seen Italians. We have not seen Portuguese, you know. You know what? We haven't really seen a whole lot of Cumans. I'm kind of wondering if that is because of the round 32 series of the Viper versus Say My Name. No, we haven't seen a whole lot of the new civilizations. Bohemians, Poles. We have seen them being selected sometimes, but not very often. We have also seen some other civilizations being selected sometimes, but not very often, such as Incas, for instance, and many other civs as well. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome everyone to game number 2 between JorDan and ACCM. We're gonna have Britons on the left-hand side for the blue player, JorDan, ACCM on the right-hand side, in the red color, playing with Vietnamese. Starting with JorDan civilization, the Britons are going to get 25% extra working speed on Shepard, so, you know, food income is going to be faster a little bit sooner, a little bit earlier into the game. On top of that, we also have for Britons 50% wood discount on TC starting in the Castle Age, as well as 1 and 2 extra range on food archer units in the Castle and Imperial Age respectively. As for the team bonus, on the other hand, we also get 20% faster working archer ranges. As for ACCM, on the other hand, he's playing with Vietnamese. That means 20% extra HP on archers. That means also no wood cost and eco upgrades for him, as well as free conscription, and he knows the starting location of enemy TC. So of course this makes sense. He's going for the lane right away. He knew exactly where JorDan was, so he went for right away. Now he's going to get away with this. Nice. Besides this, what do we get for Mr. JorDan? For Mr. ACCM rather. He knows the starting location of enemy TCs at the beginning of the game, and he also gets free conscription. For the team bonus though, he gets access to the Imperial Skirmisher upgrade and the unit. So yeah. There you go. Little boy now lose to Britain naked fast castle crossbow. Imagine. Good job. Good job. Well played. There you go. Yeah, there we are. Pretty good position for ACCM. I'm not really sure if he's collected his own rhinos. I think he might have collected one already. I don't see the carcass over here. There was a rhino over here as well for JorDan. I don't think JorDan's gone for the lane. No, he's full HP. So I think ACCM already went for one of the rhinos. It's just that it's probably... Oh, no. He's got both here. He's got both here. They're both on the left-hand side. Yeah, you're correct. I hadn't seen it. True. Okay. That's pretty good. So he's going to be on all 3 rhinos. That's fantastic for him. It's basically going to be us collecting both rhinos and all the hunting. Meanwhile, over here, John's going to have to push the hunting in order to have as much food as he would have had with 2 rhinos in the first place. So it's still going to be like 400 or 380 extra food, rather. Yeah, for ACCM in any case. So it's pretty good. It's going to lay the farms a little bit. It's going to make his economy a little bit stronger. Let's go and take a look at the map generation. Now that I see ACCM swallowing, we don't want to miss out on map generation. And Jordan's got the mingle on the back. And then we have the secondary goal up north, the other secondary goal down south, while the stones are going to be to the right and left hand side for the main and secondary ones respectively. Very far away from the TCs. Once again, 4 wool lines over here. Fairly straightforward to wall off. From here to here, here to here, here to here as well. He manages to secure a gold over here for sure. And not so much for wood, unless he went for walls maybe from here to here and either here towards the edge of the map or from here to here, but it's going to be a little bit greedier. Taking a look at the ACCM's map generation, he's already started going for walls, but we have the main goal forward for him, for instance, and then we have the secondary goal on the left-hand side and the other secondary goal down south. As for stone, on the other hand, we have the main stone on the right-hand side and the secondary stone up north. And is he going FC? I don't think so. No, both players are going for looms, so both are going to be going for archers, already on 21 population each. So yeah, if he just connects the dots over here, and then here is going to be completely walled up. Which is pretty good, but he doesn't secure any wood. I would definitely prefer for him to go for something like this instead, so he can secure this wood, especially as he knows he's going to be up against archers. You want to have a safe wood, if you can afford it. Good job. Nice annotations. Thank you. Happy you enjoy them. Welcome to the channel, by the way. I love when GL players have archer civilizations. We'll see if JorDan can take advantage of this. By the way, it seems like ACCM run into either JorDan's DC or... Which would be awkward because, you know, with Vietnamese he shouldn't. I think he probably just took a fairly poor engagement over here against JorDan, though. Yeah, it's fine, but he's going back towards the TC. He should be fine. Mind out taking 1 extra hit. Yeah, there we go. Wow. What's going on over here? Is he just going to keep on scouting? Oh man, he should have gone back home. Well, maybe a little bit late now. Is he trying to prevent JorDan from realizing about this? It's lame. Yeah, but he was not this low HP. He lost a lot of HP, and the scout from JorDan did not take any damage, so I'm not really sure exactly what happened over there. I think he took a few free hits from JorDan, or he got too close to the TC, maybe, but yeah, he lost it now. TC messed him up. I think that might have been the case. Anyway, range is coming up for ACCM. Both players are up at basically the same time. We have a 3-second lead for JorDan. He's going for Horse Collar. He's going for the Alpid Axe. ACCM is going for both as well, which is pretty remarkable. When going for archers, usually you see players delaying Horse Collar until they go up to the Castle Age, but that's going to be, yeah, coming up right away for both players. I understand it for JorDan because he has to make a switch to farms a lot earlier, but for ACCM going for it without going for any farms seems kind of weird. He's got 3 sheep over here as well still. So it seems like wasting resources, honestly, a little bit. Well, it's going to pay off eventually, I guess. Yeah. He has 3 sheep over here still. 3 goats, rather. ACCM's not on gold. Yeah, it's gonna go straight skirmishers. He's expecting JorDan to go for archers. JorDan's getting the blacksmith up right now to go for... Yeah, JorDan's going for skirmishers as well. And he's not on gold either. Nobody's on gold. Both players are just gonna be going full skirms. Interesting. Yeah. Both players reading each other like a book over here. Skirm war, indeed. We'll see how this goes, man. It's going to be very much reliant on unit control. So far, for military count, we have 3 skirmishers for each player. JorDan's going for the 4th one right now. ACCM's going for the 4th one. Struggling to afford it. Hey, he's going for farms right now, okay. That's so awkward though. He's got so many sheep over here. He's got still berries, but yeah, well, I guess yeah, farms are going to be faster overall and sending more villagers to berries, for instance. Anyway, with the walls completely up for ACCM already, I think it's gonna be fine. And I love the walls he's gone for. And take a look at that. He's got better walls than what I suggested, actually. It's going to be a little bit greedier, a little bit harder to defend, but he completely secures this one. That is so good. He secures the stone as well. Fantastic stuff. Meanwhile, over here, that's not going to be the case so much for JorDan. He tried to secure this one on the left-hand side by going for the walls over here, as opposed to close in the shorter, the narrower gap. But it's still very much exposed. Especially the more wood he collects from there, the shorter the distance going to be between the lumberjacks and potential enemy units on the other side. Good defense over here for JorDan. He should be able to clean these units up. No problem. Yep. Spear not going to do anything against the skirmishers, so he just keeps on targeting the skirms from ACCM. Really good unit control over here for JorDan. Now he can turn around and fight against the spearmen, no problem. Good job. Shout when someone makes a unit that can't kill a villager. 3 spears seem overkill? Yeah, I'm not really sure what the spear were about. But yeah, it didn't do much of anything, honestly. Now it's just going to be a race to the castle age. With both players completely walled up and going for skirmishers and spearmen. Yeah, it's not going to be possible for anybody to do anything. ACCM's economy looking so strong though. Villager count is a little lower for him. He's got a little bit of extra idle TC time. Yeah, but he's got a good amount of food workers already. He might be able to go up to the castle age faster. He's making a switch to gold miners right now. JorDan, on the other hand, is making a heavier switch to gold miners. But he's not going for archers. That means he's just gonna... Yeah, he's going to start floating gold very soon. He's going for the market right now to balance his economy, but it's not the best. You can take a look at the balance over here. ACCM, on the other hand, looking significantly better. He's going slowly but surely into gold as opposed to sending a bunch of villagers right away. And he should be able to organically get to the resources he needs to go up to the castle age without needing the market. ACCM land lost 7 units for free and is behind the villages. Yeah. I predicted pink. Which way was that again? Wait. Did I not update the option for the prediction? Let me check. No, yeah. Player 2 is ACCM, actually. Hey, there is 11,000 bonus going for ACCM and only 300 going for, yeah, for JorDan. Interesting. Alright. Good job, ACCM's finally getting back to JorDan in KD. Both players should be able to go out to the castle age at about the same time over here. It's probably going to be a little bit sooner for JorDan, yeah. But ACCM shouldn't be too far behind now. He's out in the TC a little bit, which is not ideal, of course, but should be able to go up next. There we go. Good job. Probably would have been better for him to go for 1 extra villager, but it's fine. The lead for JorDan is going to be of 17 seconds, so it's not too big. For instance, it won't even be enough for him to get to ACCM's base. Won't even be enough for him to get the upgrades before ACCM can start researching them already. So what is the plan for the castle age? We have double archer ranges over here for JorDan. He's got 1 barracks, right? Meanwhile, ACCM's got double archer ranges over here, and he's got 1 barracks as well. Actually, I meant to say 1 stable for JorDan. He also has 1 barracks, but yeah, he's got the stable over here. So going for some knights and crossbows might be a very good army for him. It's going to be a little pricier, of course. ACCM, on the other hand, has got no stable, so it's going to be full crossbows. So it's that time again, the time to talk about the matchup. Once again, I feel like Britons are going to be the strongest archer civilization on the right hands. Because with extra range, you're not going to take, on paper though anyway, you shouldn't be taking any bad engagements, right? You're going to be able to outrange your opponent. You know, kite. Land a few hits free and there. You're gonna be able to poke your enemy's army without getting poked yourself. I predict JorDan will boom away while ACCM will fall behind in the economy. Both will have similar military. Okay. JorDan's going for crossbows right now, and ACCM is about to get to the castle age. JorDan's got no stone though. I think he sold it to go up to the castle age. Yeah, he had to use a market. His eco balancing was not the best. ACCM on the other hand is going for also Crossman. He's going for Botkin Arrow though, with JorDan's not being able to go for just yet, and he's going for Elite Skirmishers too, and he's got a good amount of units over here. I'm liking ACCM's army a lot better after he gets the upgrades. He's got Crossman right now, so that's going to be the same as JorDan, sorry. He's about 5 seconds away from Elite Skirmishers, so JorDan's going to bail. And we have the Knights coming out over here, which can be super strong in ACCM. What is it going to go for? University right away. We'll see Ballistics coming in. No monastery whatsoever. I think he knows about the Knights. Yeah, he's got to know about the Knights, but he's not going for a monastery whatsoever. So is he just going to try and rely on numbers over here? But he's going for only skirmishers, man. I don't like this against Knights. We have a Siege Workshop over here for JorDan as well, and the first Mangon is coming out already. Damn. There we go, second TC is coming out for JorDan. ACCM is not going for any extra TCs. How do you rate the chances we'll see Imperial Skirmisher this game? I think it's fairly low just because there have not been too many games in the tournament that have gotten to post-imp. If we get to post-imp, we don't get access to any extra gold, then yeah, Elite Skirmisher or Imperial Skirmisher is going to dominate for sure. But until then, Arbalesters are just going to be too strong. Arbalesters and even like Cavalry or Siege or Knights, whatever, right? Britons get whatever meat shield they can go for is going to suffice. Like heck, even Trebuchets would be good. You know, full Lombomen or full Arbalesters with Yeomen plus Trebuchets with Warwolf can be super hard to stop even by skirmishers, interestingly enough, because of the Warwolf upgrade. Alright. Yeah, ACCM's going back and hey, there's a third TC coming up for JorDan. Who's been watching the game in advance here? Second TC is coming in for ACCM right now, and he's not going for the third one just yet, but hey, at the very least, he does not need to buy the stone. Anyway, JorDan is getting ahead already in villager count. So far, it's looking like a good prediction. Slotty. Military count is about the same for both players. Second TC is finally out for ACCM. He's going for skirms and crossbows at the same time. He's been trying to split this army up to put pressure on more than one spot at the same time. With the TCs up over here, it's going to be so hard. Good micro. Yeah, he's got ballistics, so that's why he... Oh, man, that's a good shot. He's got ballistics, that's why he feels, you know, tempted to take the engagement over there, but that's a great shot. That's another one. And ACCM gets completely cleaned up, so now JorDan's ahead in both villagers and military. ACCM's unit control over there was not the best. He was banking on, you know, ballistics to get a good trade, but it was just not enough. Now with Knights coming out on the left-hand side, JorDan's gonna catch these units by surprise. Now ACCM's going to end up losing everything, so he's got another group of units going forward. This will do absolutely nothing against JorDan. With the Mangonel over here and so many crossbows, JorDan wouldn't even need the Mangonel over here to take on these units. As he's got ballistics himself as well, once again, he's gonna be able to consistently outrange ACCM. So yeah. There we go. This ACCM's game to lose. You know, I always found that expression kind of confusing, because I think in this situation you would say this is JorDan's game to lose. Which is awkward, because he's winning, but I think that's the way that the expression is used. Yeah, when I first heard it, I was like, what? As a non-native English speaker, but it turns out that's the way he used it, I think. It's just the wrong way around here. Probably. Yeah, in my opinion, as a native Spanish speaker, it should be this is ACCM's game to lose because it's in the loser's position, but it turns out that's not the way you use it. Interestingly enough. Well, English, man. Just gotta get used to it, I guess. Okay. Sicilian's trying to dive in here. There we go. He's taking a few villagers down, though. These skirmishers are not really caring too much about the TC fire. Yeah, but they're not gonna be able to do too much against knights. We have the Mangonel going back over here. Well, the Mangonel's going to take some time to get here. You know, ACCM's doing some good damage. Villager count should be significantly higher for JorDan right now. He's only on 3 extra villagers. Meanwhile, forward. JorDan might be able to clean these units up. He might be able to. Okay, take a few villagers down over here with the crossbows, maybe. Not quite. Doesn't have the range. Oh man, but he's denying this. How many Mangonels? We have 2 Mangonels over here. Yeah, and that was good. He managed to get a few villagers down. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side... Oh, man. JorDan's taking a lot of losses over here. There you go. Ready. Finally getting cleaned up. He was able to catch up for the most part. In villager count. He's winning, so he has to actively do something to lose it. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's a good point. There's only 1 mana left over here for JorDan. ACCM's got more crossbows coming out. No extra manas coming out whatsoever. JorDan's got 4 manas. Most of these are on the back. He's got 1, 2, 3 over here on the back and then 1 forward. So he's sending these forward. So he's got all 4 forward. Okay. Let's check. 30C finally coming out for ACCM as well. So you won't be falling behind too much in villager count anymore. Notice though, ACCM's economy is remarkable that he's gonna be able to go up to the Imperial Age faster compared to JorDan. JorDan's economy has been stronger for the majority of, you know, the Castle Age. I think the big factor over here allowing ACCM to get ahead is overall KOTD. Because ACCM was able to get a bunch of extra villages from JorDan, you know, that's going to be resources JorDan spent into economy that probably is not paying off quite just yet. So ACCM managed to stay at a close amount of villagers despite not investing quite as much into extra TCs and extra villagers, like going for the 3rd TC much later compared to JorDan and going for the 4th TC right now as well. So he'll be on his way to the Imperial Age. He's got the buildings already, while JorDan on the other hand is not going to be anywhere near going up to the Imperial Age himself. This could be the way back for ACCM into the game. If he gets to Imp and he manages to, you know, retain a good amount of skirmishers, a good amount of crosses over here, he can go for Arbalisters, he can go for Imperial Skirmisher as well. So now I think the chances of seeing Imperial Skirmisher are significantly higher compared to before. In this situation, Imperial Skirmisher is going to make 100% sense. So I'm expecting to see it. He just needs to survive with the units for the time being. He still needs to wait for about 2 minutes and 10 seconds, which is not really that much. Wow! Liberalomix, thank you so much once again for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome everybody. I hope you had a very good stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. We are casting JorDan versus ACCM right now. We're gonna be casting the rest of the series from KOTD today on my channel as well. So if you are looking forward to watch the rest of the series for today, I invite you very kindly to stick around. And thank you so much for the raid. Very much appreciated. How's the stream going? The stream's going well. Yeah. It's been pretty interesting for the first series already. Game number 1 was pretty good for JorDan. It was kind of close at times, but now game number 2 I'm very curious about because of ACCM going up to the Imperial Age so much faster after being on the back foot for the majority of the game. Take a look at that though, ACCM is coming forward, 45 seconds away from the Imperial Age. Yeah, he's trying to get a good position on his units already. I'm not 100% sure about this though, to be completely honest. I'm not 100% sure about this. Because not only does he need to wait for the Imperial, but he also needs to wait for the upgrades. If he just comes in, JorDan might be able to clean him up. For all that ACCM knows, JorDan might have like Mangonels over here still, skirmishers, you know. And there we go, he gets to the Imperial Age. So what are we going to see? Arbalister, Bracer. There we go, Bracer coming in first is going to affect both units, makes sense. And Chemistry coming in second is going to affect both units, makes sense. Then he needs to go for Arbalister and potentially Imperial Skirmisher. Does he know about this castle from JorDan though? He doesn't. Otherwise, he might be going for a Cherry as well. But yeah. At the exam time, a message went through. ACCM has just suffered a few nasty mango hits out. Even with that factor in, I stand by my statement. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, no unit upgrades. Yeah, just chemistry and Embracer over there. No Arbalister, no Imperial Skirmisher. He doesn't really have a whole lot of resources to go for much of anything. He's going for a Cherry. Oh, he noticed about the castle. He noticed about the castle right now, so he's going for the Cherry. Meanwhile, JorDan, on the other hand, gets to the Imperial Lich himself, but he's not going for a Cherry just yet because he does not know about ACCM's castle. Imperial Skirmisher is coming in here too. He's finally going for it. There you go. JorDan get Yeoman? I don't think he did. We're gonna take a look at that in a moment. No. I don't think that like the castle's very new. No, he didn't. No, he didn't get Yeoman. He just finished Research Embracer and he's gone up to +5. With Yeoman, it's going to be +6. Let's check. Yeah, he's coming here. This is extremely risky from ACCM. If he takes a poor engagement, then JorDan's going to be in a much better spot. What I do like from the red player though is that he's trying to, you know, split his units around, which is pretty good. Now the Imperial Skirmishers are doing a really good amount of damage over here. We have only crossbows left for JorDan, so these Imperial Skirmishers are going to dominate at the very least until the Magnet comes in. But there we go. He's putting the units to try and maximize the damage he can do, and this could be good. It's just gotta be careful against the Magnet over here. Yeah, there's just too much to pay attention to, so he's going to take an awful shot. 2 shots, actually. Still has a good amount of units. Samurai on the way. Ring Archer armor coming out right now as well. Yeah, and JorDan is not going for Arbalister either. Yeah, it's just going to be full skirmishers over here. Pretty interesting. Skirm on skirm action. Remember that Britons do not get the extra range on skirmishers, so these are going to be only 8 range. We take a look at the Imperial Skirmishers over here, and these are going to be 8 range as well, but they are going to be significantly higher damage. So, you know, ACCM's Imperial Skirmishers over here are going to be looking a lot stronger compared to the standard skirmishers from JorDan. And with all the cherry chase he's got out already. Nice. He'll be able to get the castles down, and JorDan's on the back foot right now too. Very interesting position. The romantic castles, man would say. He's trying to keep this one up, but won't be able to. With 5 cherry chase, it's scrambling right away. Now this one's going to go down next. There's only 2 cherry chase over here for Mr. JorDan. Well played so far. ACC has been able to make the most out of this civilization, which I was not really sure about when I saw the draft originally. And he's been able to make it work really well against JorDan's civilization. It's been pretty good. If JorDan does not make a switch into something other than skirmishers, he's not going to stand a chance against Vietnamese. That's just the way it is. Imperial skirmishers are going to be so much better. So what is the situation over here? What is JorDan going to go for? He lost both castles. Now he's going to get pushed back, and I see 1 knight coming out. How many stables do we have for him? He's got 3 stables. He's going for only 1 knight at a time. Seems like he's going to end up losing the stables over here as well. Wow. Would the fight Skirm versus Skirm with the enemies? Yeah, for sure. ZM indeed goes for Arbalister. Yeah, but he's got Rattan Archers coming out as well, so he's got everything. He's got Skirms, Imperial Skirmishers, Rattan Archers, and he's got Arbalisters. So both unique units and Arbalisters. Good job. There you go. He probably thinks he can afford both. Well, he could. And JorDan calls GG over here. He was on the back foot, it's understandable, and ACCM did a really good job over here. Very well played. I was liking Jordan's position so much better in the Castle Age, but then ACCM was able to clutch it up, go up to the Imperial Age significantly faster. And I'm very curious about it. Let me go and take a look at the achievements because I want to see the amount of resources collected for both players, and I want to take a look at the timeline as well, split between villagers and military. So for KD, it's obviously looking better for ACCM. He managed to get very close to 7 to 6 KD ratio. Army high of 60 to 57, sorry, for JorDan and ACCM. And yeah, for economy, there we go. We have 5,000 extra resources collected for ACCM. How did he manage to get such a strong economy when he was on the back foot for villagers for the majority of the Castle Age? He was able to pick up in the Imperial Age for sure. But is that enough? Let's actually show eco upgrades over here, and that's going to shed some light. So we can see both Dalbidax and Horse Scholar coming in for both players basically as soon as they get to the Field Age, which was very interesting to see, especially for Horse Scholar for ACCM specifically. Then we got Gold Mining. They got up to the Castle Age, and we saw right away for ACCM Boso, Heavy Plow, right? And Wheelbarrow. It took a long time for JorDan to go for Wheelbarrow himself, right? We can see Handcart over here coming in significantly sooner for ACCM as well, so that's going to start explaining the difference. And Bosa significantly later as well, compared to ACCM. So timing over here for eco upgrades allowed ACCM to go up to the Imperial Age faster and take the game from there, which is just amazing. Just the timing over here was so good for him. According to this, it doesn't seem like Heavy Plow was researched whatsoever for JorDan, and I'm not really sure that is accurate. Let's see. Wow, he never got Heavy Plow, true. Holy moly, no wonder then. Damn. That's really bad from JorDan. Especially as he was forced into farms much earlier. Interesting. Yeah, there we go. Much faster fuel, Castle Age time. Well, maybe not that much faster, but faster fuel and Castle Age time for JorDan. Much faster Imperial Age time for ACCM. Nice. Yeah, JorDan got Bosa, but he didn't get Heavy Plow. Society, on the other hand, a higher villager count in the end for ACCM for sure. 134 compared to 116 over here. JorDan ended up losing a lot of villagers. And very well played. Very well played. Despite JorDan's higher APM over here, ACCM focused more on macro, and he was able to take the game like that. Well played. So, let's update the civilizations then. Let's see what we have left for game number 3 onwards. Britons over here and Vietnamese over here. We're gonna have Huns, Franks, as well as Mongols and Byzantines left still for JorDan. Meanwhile, we have Khmer, Tatars, Indians, and Celts still left for ACCM, right? So what do we go for next? I think if I'm in JorDan's position, I would probably like to go for, let's see, probably Huns or Franks, honestly. Try to save Byzantines for later. But the thing is, I'm liking ACCM civilizations much better. Khmer, not so much, to be honest, but Tatars and Celts I like quite a bit. You know, there's a reason we have seen Celts being banned so often. But yeah. Let me see if we have already the game ID for game number 3. Or actually, I'm not going to go for the game ID. I'm just going to try to find the game myself. Game 3 is already here. Let's go for it. Let's bid bettings, by the way. ACCM 97%. That's not going to be a whole lot of bones going to whoever bet on ACCM, but there you go. Let's open the predictions up for game number 3 already. Who wins game number 3? Five minutes. There you go. For civilizations, we actually have Byzantines for JorDan, and we have Khmer for ACCM. Still have 15 seconds of spec delay, so just 1 second. I wonder if there's a matchup at all that's not favorable to ACCM. I'm liking his draft a lot better, for sure. Yeah. Right now, Byzantines versus Khmer. Well, that's gonna be interesting. I don't think this is necessarily going to be one-sided for anyone. So let's see how it goes. Let's jump into the game right away, guys. Shall we? And there we go. Welcome everyone then to game number 3. Between JorDan and ACCM, we have JorDan on the right hand side, ACCM on the left hand side. For Civilization, it's gonna be Byzantines versus Khmer. What does it mean? It means that for JorDan, we'll get with Byzantines 10, 20, 30, and 40% extra HP on buildings, depending on the age, as well as a 25% discount on Skirm, Spear, and Camel Rider units. Besides that, we also have for Byzantines a 33% discount to go up to the Imperial Age. They get free Town Watch and free Town Patrol, which is super nice. And then on top of that, we also get for the team bonus monks who can heal units 100% faster. Meanwhile, taking a look at the ACCM on the other hand, we'll come over here, we'll get 10% faster move-in battle elephant line units, as well as farmers that do not need mills or TCs to drop food on. We're gonna get the ability to garrison 5 villages inside each house. And then on top of that, we also get for Khmer. Let's see. No building requirements, right? For the team bonus on the other hand, that's 1 extra range on Scorpline weapons. So that's pretty good. Well, let's go and take a look at the map generation. Now we are finally getting a map with... Oh no, we are getting 4 woodlands still, but it's not going to be quite as, you know, consistently distributed around the players' bases as we saw before. For the main goal, Jordan's got it up north. We have the secondary goal on the back, and then we have another secondary goal on the left-hand side, kind of exposed. The main stone is forward. Secondary stone is towards the southwest. And then if we take a look at the potential wall out potential, the wall out over here. If he gets this wall from here to here, right? Then from here towards the TC, and from here to here, it's not going to be very expensive. He's going to be able to secure this wood line, and he manages to secure this goal. He manages to secure the berries as well. And this goal too. As a matter of fact, he doesn't even need to completely secure this goal because he's got this one in the back. But yeah, I think that's not going to be too expensive, and then he will be able to secure all the important resources, namely the wood over here is going to be the most important in my opinion. If we go and take a look at the map generation for ACCM on the other hand, he's got all the wood lines in the back, so it's going to be significantly harder for him to wall up. And he's got the main goal in the back, so that's going to be something, I guess. Secondary goal on the left-hand side, and then we have another secondary goal over here on the right-hand side. The main stone is kind of on the back, but towards the right-hand side, and then we have the secondary stone on the left-hand side, down south. I think ACCM should be able to wall himself for probably about the same resources as JorDan by going for walls from here towards the TC, and then from here towards the TC. If he goes for these fairly small walls, he's able to still secure the main goal and 1 wood line, which is great. The issue is that the berries are going to be exposed, so he's going to need to go for walls around this resource individually. And then he doesn't secure any of the stones unless he went for the stone around, unless he went for the wall around the stone like this, maybe. Like that. Or maybe this, you know, and probably secure even 2 wood lines. Anyway, no layman action. Each player is going to have their own resources. JorDan's even taking the time to push the zebras as well. He's got only 1 ostrich left, but he's going for the second elephant. Now he should be going forward. I think he probably already knows about the ACCM. Oh, that was so close, though! Come on, man. How lucky is that? He was there, man. He was there. And now he's going to the wrong side. Anyway, taking a look at the ACCM. Yeah, he's running into JorDan's base right away. He knows about the houses. He knows about the secondary goal. He knows about the secondary stone. He knows about the main stone as well. So that's pretty good information already. Alright. A little bit of free damage. It's okay. JorDan clearly has Viper's map hacks. That's gotta be the case. Khmer had the special houses instead of full walls. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. The thing with Khmer is having the ability to garrison villagers inside houses actually gives you a false sense of safety. Or actually, it's not false. It's real. It's a safe, you know, a sense of safety. Because you can secure your villagers and you're not going to lose them if you can garrison inside the houses. The problem is that you're still going to get idled. If you get the walls up, you prevent the villagers from being in danger in the first place. If you have to garrison his houses, you know, that's not going to be good for your economy if you do not have anything to answer against the push, or if you do not have walls up in place. So he is going for the walls, yeah. On the left hand side, and then he's probably going to be connecting the right hand side the way that we described earlier as well, and that way he's going to be securing both wood lines. Potentially plus a stone, depends on whether he goes for walls from this wood line to the TC or from this wood line to the TC. And then the gold as well. So it's pretty good. It's just the berries that are going to be exposed. As JorDan's playing Byzantines, ACCM, I'm pretty sure he's going to be expecting archers. We see JorDan already going up to the fuel age on 21 population. ACCM's going up significantly faster. So we're going to see scouts coming in for ACCM. There we go. And JorDan's going to be going for archers. So that means ACCM needs to try and keep the focus of the game around JorDan's base at the very least until he runs out of berries. Or takes the majority of these before he gets pushed away. Archer range on the way for JorDan. Good job. Yeah, good job over here for ACCM. He's getting some good damage down over there. Yeah. Weakens the villager quite a bit. There we go, scouts coming in. He already has the house over here and walls around the berries, which is pretty good. I think on purpose. Let's see. Yeah, he's not collecting from this one, so he doesn't overforage. Interesting. Horskala, yeah, he's going for Horskala once again. JorDan's, well, I mean, he kind of has to go for it, right? He's going for scouts. And JorDan, though, on the other hand, has got double bit axe, which is a lot more standard. There we go. Yeah, this time around, he's not going for horse collar. Good job. Good job. JorDan's protecting himself just fine. Notice the walls that he's trying to go for, by the way. Eventually he's going to be fully walled. For the time being, he's going to have to wait. But yeah, he's connecting both these wood lanes, so he's going to end up securing this one, which is pretty good. And potentially both these wood lanes as well if he connects the walls to, yeah, to the south over here. I'm just happy every time someone is not going for archers. We have archers over here, and he got pushed away from berries, as expected. He tried whatever he could, right, just to keep attention around JorDan's base, but JorDan's done a really good job protecting his resources. So we should see some skirmishes coming out from ACCM. He's got 2 already out. This is pretty good, and then he should be able to go back to berries for sure. How many do we have over here? He's got 3 berries. Yeah, and a good amount of resource. Like, he's got both these completely untapped, so that's 250 food. But honestly, it wouldn't be the worst. If you can just afford going for the farms right now, I think it's probably better. It's going to be safer. JorDan 1 range, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case. Yeah, he's got only 1 range on the 1 blacksmith. He ends up pushing the scouts away from here. Meanwhile, JorDan's going forward, trying to break through over here, and then ACCM should be able to protect himself just fine. I would have liked for him to try and target the archer first, and then try to take the the spearman rather, because if he can take the archer down, then he can go back to berries. But I think it's just going to make a full switch to farms. Yeah, especially with the Khmer, farms are going to be even better, so it doesn't make sense going back to berries anymore. Good job. Meanwhile, JorDan is going for the walls to the south, as we were expecting, so he will be completely protected. He's got 3 woodlands. He's protecting 3 woodlands. Are you kidding me? What is this wallout from JorDan? What a great base he's managed to get for himself. Good job. There's some villagers over here still kind of exposed, but the spearman plus the archers over here, there's not a whole lot that ACCM can do. It's gonna try and take the engagement right now with skirms. Alright. Oh, he couldn't because no fletching. That makes sense. Yeah, he's got fletching now. True. He couldn't take the archer earlier on. There you are. And JorDan keeps on moving forward. Pushing ACCM back. Now we have the hill over here. It seemed like ACCM was trying to bait those spearmen around. He ended up losing a scout over there. Unnecessarily for sure, but he's bringing a few extra. ACCM's bringing a few extra skirms. This could be good. Just gotta be careful. It's been good unit control so far for ACCM for the most part anyway. Despite some of the losses he's taken, but now he's gotta go back. Okay, second the spearman. Never mind. He was able to take the engagement. Wow, good job. He's coming in with the scouts once again. He's got a good amount of HP on these units left as well. What is that, about 70% HP? That's pretty good. Stable coming in for JorDan. He's going up to the castle age significantly faster than ACCM will be able to go up some, himself, right? Which is pretty good considering ACCM's got an incredible civilization for economy. It's just eco balancing has been an issue for ACCM. He's getting a little bit too much gold right now. He had to sell the stone. Once again, it's been full market abuse for JorDan. Yeah, and ACCM's gonna be going up on a, you know, arguably more harmonic economy, I think. He's not sold the stone, so he should be able to go for extra TCs. As soon as he feels like. Let's check. There you are. Check what? Let's see what happens next. Scale bar and arm on the way right now. That was stable. Let's take a look. Yeah, that is the case for JorDan already. There we go, Crossman coming in. Meanwhile, ACCM on the other hand, he's in double stable as well. Which makes sense for Khmer, of course. And this is very interesting to see from JorDan. So what is the play over here? He's going for camels right away. Yep, this safe woodland though is about to run out, so ACCM is going to need either an extra TC somewhere, probably around here will be a good spot. Probably around here. Or... yeah. Or he's gonna need to expand the walls to try and secure some of the other woodlines. Good job right here, JorDan should be able to clean these units up, and ACCM is going for an extra TC. On the left-hand side! Okay, in between the gold, it's not even in between the gold and the wood, but... I'm not the biggest fan of... what? The 30C, what? It's coming up right next to the market? Next to the edge of the map? Okay. It doesn't really secure much of anything. He needs to expand the walls then. If he wants to get access to safe wood, he's gonna need to go for the walls from here to here next. And just, you know, delete these. Because, man, it's not looking particularly great. Very, very compact base over here for ACCM. I'm liking JorDan's position a lot better. He's going for the second TC already, but he's got a much roomier base to work with. Yeah, it's... yeah, Khmer farm TC, right. He doesn't care about not being able to surround the TCs with farms, so in that regard it's fine. It's just that he's not really protecting any resources. He could go for the TC over here, protect the stone, protect the woodland over here, try to expand the walls outside. But he's not, it's just going to be super, super close to each other. I guess it's going to create a Bermuda Triangle kind of position for ACCM, or you know, could be fairly dangerous for JorDan to push. But let's check. how this one goes over here. We have a good amount of knights for ACCM. JorDan's got some camels over here, but the knights are dominating. Yeah. Good job. He's taking on all the camels. Is there going to be enough knights, though, to take on these crossbows, though? That's the question. He's got 6 right now. He's coming in. 10 crosses over there, but many of these knights are very low HP, and JorDan's done a really good job taking the weak ones out first. So even though ACCM is able to clean out the camels, now he goes back. He gets pushed away by the crossbows. This map is just utter crap, but that's more of a reason to expand it, I think. Try and go elsewhere. But well, he decides to go for the TCs as it is, so let's take a look at JorDan on the other hand. He's got the second TC up already. He's not going for a third TC just yet. Villager count significantly higher for ACCM. Managed to get a 7 villager lead already. He's going for some scorpions right now, so he's going to have knights and scorps. Meanwhile, JorDan on the other hand is going for full camels and crossbows, which can be super strong as well. Let's see. Yeah, he's not gonna be able to do any damage around the ACCM space for the time being, unless he adds a little bit of siege. Would definitely love for JorDan to go for a 4 siege workshop over here. He does not have a... Oh, okay, he's sending a villager finally. So he'll go for the 4 siege workshop. There's a few positions he could place it. He could potentially go for the siege workshop either here, you know, and just try to get control of this hill so that he can potentially go for a castle later, or he can go for the siege workshop over here as well. He's got 2 hills to work with. It seems like it's going to be on the left hand side. Alright. Good amount of crossbows, good amount of camels. Yeah, it's going on the slope. Yeah, he knows. He knows ACCM already has town patrol. Town watch, town patrol. Actually, no, that's for JorDan, actually. My bad. So why is he not going a little bit further? I think he's probably not aware of what the vision is for these buildings, but anyway. He's gonna siege workshop over here, which is still going to be enough. It's going to be a pretty good position. Monastery on the way for ACCM as well. He's got a seasonable eco lead. Yeah, 15 extra villagers. He's been slowly but steadily getting ahead in villager count. Meanwhile, JorDan's finally going for the 30C, so after he gets that one up, at the very least the villager leads should stay consistent for ACCM, which means that it's going to decrease proportionally speaking the longer the game goes. With Barrow coming in for both players. We have Bolsa coming in for ACCM as well. We don't have Bolsa for JorDan just yet. Neither player has gone for heavy plow just yet. I was expecting this to be a little bit sooner for ACCM, honestly. With all the farms he's got. Especially with the Khmer farmers as well. Those are going to be running out a little bit sooner. There we go. He's got the Mangon already out, so he can start putting pressure against the TC. Meanwhile, we'll see a 4th TC coming in for ACCM over here. Not playing Sicilians, just going for the 4th TC. And this one I like a lot better. He secures this gold, and he's also going to be securing or defending this wood line at the very least, which is pretty good. Let's see, though. ACCM might end up getting pushed away from here. The TC won't go up at all! If he commits to this one, he loses the villagers. And he does! He lost the villagers, and now that TC is getting completely denied. This is really good for JorDan. Wow. What a great play. Took a bunch of villagers down from ACCM right now as well. You can see the villager lead has decreased from over 15 extra villagers for ACCM down to only 8 extra villagers, which is fantastic for JorDan, of course. Let's see, good amount of knights over here for ACCM. Is going to try to take on JorDan's siege workshop, and JorDan's going to react by sending those back. Meanwhile, you know, ACCM's got the Mangonel over here. Oh, but he took all the crossbows down. What a great play. I'm not really sure why he decided to go for the crossbows as opposed to the Mangonel. And then for the crossbows, I think he was just taking advantage of the fact that JorDan was not paying attention. That was a huge shot. Good job. There we go. Now he's able to clean up the units, remaining units from ACCM. He's gonna be going after that TC again. And take a look at that, man. Are you kidding me? That TC I'm not sure if it actually went down or not, or if it got deleted. I think it might have gone down because it was already north of 95% completion. I think deleting it wouldn't have really given ACCM too many resources back. But yeah, he managed to deny it. That is huge. That is huge. Even if ACCM deleted the TC, he wouldn't be getting any resource back, so it's pretty good for JorDan so far. It's got more military units, it's got a good army composition over here. Chain Bar and armor coming in for +2/+2 on cavalry. Meanwhile, villager count is going to be only 6 higher for ACCM. This is fantastic for JorDan. Remember that ACCM paid for a lot of extra villagers, and he ended up losing the majority of those extra vills. So many of those did not really have, or you know, like he's not really had the time to pay back for those extra units. Then the extra TC he plays over here. That's a lot of resources down the drain for ACCM basically. So if we go and take a look at the total amount of resources collected, it's probably going to be higher for ACCM still. Yeah, but only by 900, which is not enough to justify all the villager losses plus the TC losses. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for JorDan. It's got a good raid going right now as well. With Chain Bar and armor, these camels are going to be as resilient against the TCs as they can be for the Byzantines anyway, without bloodlines. But they're going down super fast anyway. So it's not resilient enough, I guess. There we are. SSD also went for skirms and now pikemen. Yeah, that's not going to be the best. JorDan's got, what does he have? A villager over here inside the ram. Okay. Check this. Yeah, this engagement might be going in favor of ACCM because of the pikemen. And JorDan's got a good amount of camels, man. Yeah, he ends up cleaning everything up. That's really interesting. The scorpions are doing good damage over here, though, to be honest. As the camels were coming up against the scorpions in a straight line. He ended up taking a lot of extra damage over here. Now it seems like he's going to get cleaned up. Yeah, the scorpions are going down as well. There's only one scorpion left, so it's not the worst for JorDan, but definitely that was not the best engagement for him. Definitely should be on a lot more units left than what he's got. Let's go for the pikeman upgrade now. He's going for squires as well, so we're gonna see a switch to pikemen. It's going to be significantly cheaper for JorDan, of course. 25% cheaper pike units or spearline units. Check how this goes. Should be going in favor of JorDan. Not only does he have pikemen, but now he's got crossbows into the mix as well. So much stronger army composition. And then on the left hand side, it's gonna keep on raiding around. He never should be able to get villages down with camels, to be honest. So this is pretty good, the fact that he already was able to get one down. And now Imperial Age is on the way for JorDan, significantly faster compared to ACCM with its, some market magic over here. And he's up. ACCM is on 29, 34 farmers right now. It's kind of hard to tell. It's going up and down. It's going to try and get a castle up over here on the left hand side. Yeah, okay, there we go. 34, 32 farmers, whatever. But he's so far away from the Imperial Age. He's got the gold, but food is just not there. While JorDan, on the other hand, is going to be there very, very soon. In only 2 minutes. Let's see if this castle comes up, though, because it's coming up with a lot of villagers. I think it's coming up, for sure, but it's at a huge cost. Take a look at the villager count. JorDan's significantly higher right now, and the castle comes up, but how many villages has ACCM lost this game? 30 villagers! While JorDan's lost no villagers whatsoever! 30-0, 31-0 KOTD this game so far. ACCM struggled big time to defend himself. And JorDan's done a really good job getting the push going over here. Fantastic. Now when he gets to the Imperial Age, you know he's got ballistics already, so he's going to be able to go for our ballistics. That's going to be good enough against anything that ACCM's got access to in the Castle Age. And then, of course, after he gets chemistry, which he's going to be getting for the arbalisters, we're gonna see bombard cannons coming out and potentially this castle crumbling before ACCM even gets a chance to get into the Imperial Age himself. Wow. Jordan will be in him with no army. He's trying to mitigate that. You can see he's producing from 6 billions right now, from 8 billions actually. Camels, pikemen, and the crossbows as well. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. Definitely could have been better though. I feel like Jordan probably should be in a much higher military count at this point. Another castle coming up over here for ACCM. Jordan doesn't have the resources to go for one himself at all. Instead we see Bracer coming up. Alright. Bracer and Ballistics, that's a pretty good 1-for-1 trade. I think actually he ended up taking his own Scorpions, didn't he? Let me go back. Oh man, I think he took his own Scorpions down. Oh, he took his own Scorpions! That is a great trade for Jordan over here. Without the Scorpions over here, it's gonna be much easier for him to take the engagement. Good job. There we go. See Churchill's coming up over here, so we're gonna see. You know, we could potentially even see C-Tram as well coming in. He's got the resources to go for the Captain upgrade, but he's going for Handcart instead. This time around, Jordan's focusing on economy so much better than ACCM. We are 42 minutes and a half into the game, and still ACCM has not gone for heavy plow. It's just been a super struggle this time around for economy for the red player, despite him having a very strong economy going for game number 2. Might be able to finally click up to the Imperial Age very soon, but Jordan, after he finishes researching chemistry in only about 30 seconds, is going to be able to start going for bombard cannons, and ACCM will have to wait until he gets to the Imperial Age to even think about going for trebuchets. And honestly, going for trebuchets against bombard cannons wouldn't really do much of anything, so yeah. Arbalister here for Jordan as well. Good job. It's got Bracer, Chemistry, that's already plus 4. Just finished researching Thumb Ring as well. And we'll see Leather Archer Armor too. Plate. Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at the left-hand side. Yeah, very good job from Jordan as well. He was able to take down the Monk, the Scorpion over there. He didn't really take too many losses, and now he can go and start raiding as well. Like Cavalry. Hey Iron Chef, how are you doing? I hate Khmer, they're the stupidest civilization ever. Hope everything's going alright. Hi Chef. I hope you're better right now. Thanksgiving, when was it? Was it yesterday? I hope it's going better for you. Hey, if you are still isolating yourself, I guess you're not gonna be able to go, you know, tremble people and on stores for Black Friday discounts. Man, I think it's Black Friday here in Argentina too. They have adopted your tradition. So I'm gonna check later to see if there are any decent deals I could take advantage of. I just negative today for the first time in almost 2 weeks. Nice! Good stuff. So you can go right now and start, you know, stepping on people to get a cheap TV. Yes, good culture victory. Yeah, for sure. Imperial Age is finally here for ACCM, but take a look at this. As expected, we already have bombard cannons out for Jordan. He's able to take the castle down. So we have only 1 castle left over here for ACCM. He cannot do anything against the bombard cannons at all. We have 4 over here for Jordan as well, so it shouldn't take too long for him to go after this castle and take it down. With all the Arbalesters over here, there is no defenses for ACCM until he gets the upgrades himself. He's going for Ring Arch Armor, Chemistry as well. But what is the unit choice going to be? Skirmisher only? Skirmisher is not going to work against bombard cannons, so businesses are looking super strong over here. And Jordan overall has played a fantastic game. I know for a fact it's Friday in Argentina too. Or my geology teacher lied to me. Yeah, it's still Friday here. Well, Friday really isn't all that much of a thing here anymore. Ah, is that so? There we go. GG guys, coming in from ACCM, and Jordan takes game number 3 to take The lead in the series 2-1. Let me actually update this. There's a missing space. There we go. Triggering my OCD. And yeah, very, very straightforward game for JorDan over here. It didn't really seem like he struggled too much this time around. Let's go and take a look at the achievements then. For Militar, we're going to see a much better KD of close to 6-5 for JorDan. 51-39 army high as well. For the economy, on the other hand, we have also about 9,000 extra resources for JorDan. We get for technology much faster uptime for JorDan to the castle and Imperial Ages as well. The Imperial Age was absolutely instrumental for JorDan for sure. 141 to 130 villages maxed in for JorDan and ACCM respectively. And let's go back. Let's cross the civilizations out. What do we get over here? We saw Byzantines, right? And we saw Khmer. There we go. By the way, if any of you guys like this picture that you see in the background over there, I'll tell you the name of it because I love it. It's called Sandstorm 4179080. For whatever reason, that's the name of it. You know, I actually let me go and try to find out the source of the picture. Meanwhile, I'm just going to keep the draft over here for those of you who want to see the civilizations left. There you go. And thank you for the new follows today as well, guys. I hope you're enjoying the content so far. I see a nipple. Is that so? Interesting. I didn't know Argentina had purple deserts. You'll be surprised. For the first time, Thompson is actually called Sandstorm. Yeah, one moment. Let me see if I can find the picture. Yeah, there we go. It's I got this one from Pixabay, which is a royalty-free website for pictures and stuff. And you know, let me see if I can find the actual picture. I think it's this one. I think it's this one, isn't it? Yeah, it's this one. So the thing that I like about this one, you can see that it doesn't have the goats though. I actually had to Photoshop them in. Which is a weird thing to say because I actually use GIMP, not Photoshop. But I wanted to have a point of interest. And there was another picture. I'm not really sure if it was here or if it was in a different photo. Yeah, there was another photo that I also really liked because there were goats over here as a point of interest. So I decided to combine both. Okay, it's not working right now. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. This one, right? Pixabay. There you go. Desert Dunes Antelope. So I just put these guys forward. Yeah, I just changed the order. I was able to get a good background going over there. I'm not sure. Does anybody like this picture actually? Maybe I could put it up in my Discord for people to download. I think. Anyway. Let's see if game number 3 is already there. Game number 4 rather is already there. And let's pay the betting off as well. JorDan had the upper hand over here in terms of voting, and there you are, guys. Game number 4 is here, so let's go for it. There's probably still a little bit of spec delay, I imagine. I see a nipple on top of the dune. I think I know what you're talking about, yeah. Okay, game 4 is here, guys. Let's go. Civilizations are going to be Huns and Indians. Oh boy, this can be so rough. Welcome everyone then to game number 4. JorDan's gonna be the one playing Huns, and ACCM is gonna be the one playing Indians. So I'm going to talk about the remaining civilizations for game number 5 potentially, but let's go and take a look at what we get for these civilizations first. So starting with JorDan on the left hand side, playing in the blue color, he's going to get with Huns 10 and 20% cheaper cavalry archers in the castle and Imperial Age. On top of that, we are going to have for Huns 50% accuracy on trebuchets as opposed to 15 compared to other civilizations, and also we get no need to build houses, although they do start with 100 less wood. For the team bonus on the other hand, we're gonna get also for Huns, yeah, and take a look at that. For a moment I thought JorDan was going to go for it and try to get the lane going already. But yeah, besides that, for the team bonus, JorDan will get also 20% faster working stables, while ACCM on the other hand, with Indians over here, he gets... well, first off, cheaper villages, 10, 15, 20, 25% cheaper. 1 and 2 extra pierce armor on stable units at the castle and Imperial Ages. As well as for the team bonus, we're gonna have for Indians 4 bonus damage from camel rider units against buildings. So yeah. Let's see then. Quick close on the beta window. Let's open it up. You're gonna have 2 minutes. Who wins G4? JorDan. ACCM. 2 minutes. There you go, guys. Indians aren't as stupid as Chimera. Indians are the best civilization. I'm personally liking Indians over here better. I think ACCM's going to be in a pretty good spot, and I think JorDan's going to be kind of forced into going for cavalry archers, which Indians can also go for, by the way. And then when we get to the Imperial Age, Indian cavalry archers are actually better compared to Hun cavalry archers because they get ring archer armor, which Huns do not get. However, of course, they do have to pay full price, while Huns not so much. We do have, however, a discount in villages for Indians, which is going to mitigate the cost, the extra cost a little bit. However, we know, you know, if both players end up going for cavalry archers, or you know, if Huns end up going for cavalry archers, which I think is going to be the case, after you get to your maximum villager count, you are not really going to benefit if you are Indians by the villager discount anymore. So that's going to be much better for Huns at that stage. But yeah, keep in mind as well, we have for Indians extra pierce armor on camels, especially in the castle age. It can be super strong because we get access to chain barded armor. Because they get 2 extra pierce armor in the Imperial Age, but no access to plate barded armor is going to be the same as if they had no bonus pierce armor, but they had access to plate barded armor. But in the castle age, it's going to be better. So there's also the chance of just going for camels for ACCM. But anyway, we talked about both players. Let's go and take a look at the map generation, starting with JorDan over here. First off, he's going to have the main goal down south, and then he's got both secondary goals to the right hand side. Meanwhile, we have the main stone on the back and the secondary stone down south over here towards the left. It's going to be fairly straightforward for him to wall, just connect the dots as usual. And if he goes for this, he's going to be able to secure this wall line as well, which is fantastic. The stone over there, the gold over here as well. If we go and take a look at the map generation for ACCM on the other hand, we have the main gold up north, so it's kind of to the side of the TC. You can see that he's already going for walls, but map generation over here does not seem to be quite as good for ACCM this time around. It seems like JorDan's got 4 wood lines versus only 3 over here. I guess this one is going to be the 4th wood line for ACCM, but it's not too close, so it's going to be significantly harder for him to use that for walling. So instead, he's gonna have to go for walls either from here to here or here to here. And then probably from here to here towards the house, and just try to wall himself like this and just kind of neglect this wall line, which is going to suck a little bit. But he would still be able to secure this wall line, the stone, and a little bit of the gold. Not too much, unless he goes for the walls like this instead. In which case he would be able to protect this one, of course. Well, if he's going to go for something like that, might as well just completely seal this. Yeah, he's going for the walls. Alright. Few H's here for ACCM already. 19 population straight into archers. Super strong build. Well, he's not making a switch to gold miners, so it's going to be skirmishers. And JorDan, on the other hand, JorDan's got stable on the way. ACCM will realize about the stable very soon. He knows about the stable now. Good job. And okay, there we go. He's going to go for the for the archer range regardless. But so what is the plan over here? I want ACCM to win it all, but like Slam, just so passive and always lose behind it. Yeah, last game he just kind of sat there. Yes, in his small space. It is a small base, yeah. I kind of agree, and this time around he's also kind of making a small base for himself. Unfortunately, though, he's not connecting this wall to the edge of the map, which means that this wall is going to be exposed. Okay, there we go. Finally, archers coming out, and he's making a switch to gold, so that's much, much better. Going for skirmishers against scouts would have been suicidal, of course. Archer range coming out for JorDan. 4 spears, yeah. That was probably expected scouts from ACCM, you know, because of the super fast uptime, 19 population up. That was pretty good. ACCM's getting the archer out already, and that's going to be enough for him. Not quite. Very good unit control over there for JorDan. Or rather, a little bit lousy for ACCM. I'm not really sure why the archer was so far away over there on its own. Now I see skirmishers coming out. This is really interesting to see for sure. Alright. More spearmen and skirmishers coming out right now for JorDan. Not quite as many scouts instead. Yeah, and it makes sense. We don't have a scout for ACCM anymore, but he's got spearmen. As a 3-1 JorDan, it's a good go for him. Okay. I'm not really sure what the ratio for the bettings was for this prediction, but I imagine it's probably going to be stronger for JorDan, just given how well he's performed so far. However, for civilizations over here, once again, I think I'm liking ACCMs more. And there we go. 32 people for JorDan versus ACCM, but more bones on the ladder, okay? I would love to have a full series, of course, for sure. This is just the first one of the day. Though. I'm pretty sure as we keep on going, probably going to have... Let's check. Yeah, we're probably going to have a little bit closer series, for sure. Guys, do you know what the ceiling is for these players? I'm not really sure myself. Anyone know JorDan's still ill, by the way? Well, that was last weekend, right? That he was sick, so I'm hoping that he's already feeling better. JorDan seed 1, I think? For Group B, right, okay. So that's gotta make ACCM... wait. Is that the case? I don't think that makes sense. Because we already had seed 1 versus seed 16 yesterday, so it's gotta be seed 2 and 15, right? Isn't it? Or do they have different seeds for, you know, per group? I don't think that's the case because we already cast the entire Group A yesterday. All 8 players. I think it's probably 2 and 15. I'm not really sure. Would JorDan be 2? Or are you saying that he's just player A, the higher seeded player? Yeah, I'm not really sure myself. I'm not really sure where to check either. I don't think it's listed on Wikipedia. On Wikipedia it says something about seeds before tournament. Okay, so okay, that's probably going to mean JorDan is what? Seed 4 or 5? Because literally was seed 1, I'm pretty sure. Third archer range coming in for JorDan over here, so he's going up to the castle edge. ACCM still trying to get enough resources to go up. Well, it's going to be full cavalry archers, as we were expecting to be the case for JorDan. He kind of has to go for it. Going for cavalry against Indians will be suicidal. Going for melee cavalry anyway. And ACCM, on the other hand, he is going to click out to the castle edge very soon, but he's got, for the time being, only 1 archer range and no stable. We're going to see a stable coming up no matter what, because even if he goes for cavalry archer, he's going to need a stable for bloodlines. But we'll see if he goes for extra stables after that. That's going to be a dead giveaway of him going for camels instead. JorDan is seat 6. Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you, Arbase. There we are. Fletching on the way for ACCM. Alright. And the stable coming up, but he's not going for any extra archer ranges, so Fletching over here has gotta be for, you know, range units. He wouldn't go for it otherwise. But he's going for the second stable! Hold on a moment there! It's going to be full camels? But then why would he go for Fletching and only like... Well, I mean, 10 archers? Oh, he's got a majority of these garrison, that's why. Okay, so I guess that makes sense. It's going to be camels and crosses over here. Very interesting. For ACCM, while JorDan on the other hand is going to go full cavalry archer over here. He's got the 4th archer range over here. JorDan will try to pursue quadruple range CA production. Damn, boy. There you go. Camel's big mistake. It could be. It could be. But the thing is, once again, with chain bar, I'm sorry, these camels are going to be more resilient than standard camels. A little bit. And it's going to be closer to a knight. It's going to require 27, you know, cavalry archer shots. Take down a fully upgraded Indian camel. Compared to the 24 shots it would take against a standard camel. But let's see. Yeah, man, it's going to take some time. He's going to... Oh, yeah, he's going for light cavalry. Yeah, well, light cavalry, it's going to be even better because he can go up to 5 pierce armor. They already get 2 base. Going for chain bar, the armor is going to be +4. Then the extra armor is going to be 5 bonus. Or actually 5 pierce armor. Cavalry archers on 7 attack right now. They will only be able to deal... actually, 8 attack, they will only be able to deal 3 damage per shot against light cavalry. So yeah, it's going to take... Actually, a comparable amount. I think I'm still liking camels. The thing is, light cavalry are going to be cheaper to produce. They're going to be more sustainable. You don't need any gold, and it's going to be significantly cheaper. But on 80 HP over here, that's actually going to require 24. So it's going to be the same as a standard camel. Yeah. That means that the Indian camel is going to be more resilient against arrows compared to... Yeah, compared to light cavalry. Which is not going to be quite as cost effective though. Let's go for the second TC right now in front of the gold to protect it, because he did not have gold access or safe gold access before. True. And JorDan on the other hand has got the university up already, so he's gonna go for ballistics. Yeah, no camels whatsoever. He's just going for crosses and light cavalry. I think it's fine if you can get a good amount of units going. The thing is, these are going to take less shots than the camel to go down, and when they close the gap, they are not really going to do any bonus damage against these units, right? Like, we have 0 extra damage against archers, as you can see. So, yeah. Just going to be very standard attack. 7, these are going to be taken... For the time being, 6 per hit. It's going to take 12 hits to take down a single camel, or actually cavalry archer. If we had camels and we finally have some camels coming out right now for ACCM, that's going to be significantly less hits that they are going to require against these cavalry archers to take these down, of course. Remember, they have 9 bonus damage and much higher attack as well. go. Yeah, he's going for it. Yeah, he should be able to deal significantly more damage compared to light cavalry against these units. He's got chain bar in the armor right now as well. It's getting cleaned up though. We have a good amount of cavalry archers over here. Remember, that's more than enough to two-shot the camels. Oh, but he's just running straight through the camels over here, taking a lot of damage, just trying to go after the crossbows by the looks of it. But yeah, ACCM really needs to send these forward and try to get a good run going. They should still allow JorDan to clean the units up for sure. But he's taking significantly more damage against, these camels than he would have taken against light cavalry. So it's not too bad. Now, the thing is, JorDan's, going to keep on putting pressure up. But ACCM just calls a GG over there. I think the quadruple range over here was the perfect play for JorDan. He was able to completely outproduce ACCM for units. And while he was taking somewhat questionable trades over here, although actually I think he managed to get a good amount of camels down. He kept ACCM's focus on a single army while he had a second group of units up north, then he had a third group of units on the left hand side. That was pretty good for JorDan. So that's gonna be, guys, 3-1 as the final score for the series for JorDan. Moving on to the next round. Not really the next round, but rather to the winners matchup. We are gonna go and take a look at the achievements real quick. There we go. We have a very nice KD over here for JorDan, very close to 2-1, and then for economy, much stronger economy for him with 2,000 extra resources or close to it anyway, more villagers too, and much higher APM as well, so good job.